They just haven't seen it. Now you close your eyes. They just haven't seen it. They just haven't seen it.
Stood in the fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second match, sorry, of this week of the Due Process League. When week 3 of season 2, we just witnessed the victory of Macer over. I'm sorry. Macer versus over Hyper. And now we're going to see the second match, which is BTG versus SPG. I am TH Pine, and I'm here still with Zombie Bacon. Hey. How did you enjoy that match?
Oh, it was a great map and great match, pardon me. And also, like you, I think it took my breath away a little bit. It was really close, hard to talk afterwards, but it was a tie the first game. Then Mazer coming out winning it 7-5 over Hypa. But great
also
game
as close as it could without being a tie. It was pretty intense for sure.
Absolutely. They just wanted us. They kept us in our seat. 24 rounds of nonstop action, and as Baja said before, there were parts of that game where if you blinked, you missed everything. We saw 3 members of Mazer go down in an instant on Factory. We saw 2 of them go down in an instant on a C-Store, and same with Hypa. Some of those guys just getting deleted immediately and not being there. And coming into this game, BTG and SPG, I feel, are going to put on just as much of a show. Both very experienced teams.
Absolutely.
And BTG has been dominating lately.
Yeah, they have. So Macer just secured their top spot for next week as well. They were leading the board with 5 points. Now getting another 2, so they're at 7. So even if BTG Hyper just lost, so they can't. So even if Hyper, that's the interesting point about this game actually now, because if BTG wins this one 2-0, they gain 3 points and tie it up with Macer, both having 7 points at that point. If they don't, only getting 2 points or 1 or God forbid 0 points, then Macer is the sole team on place 1 for next week, so that's going to be interesting for sure. And I think the match has started already, so let's jump in as soon as we can.
Juno Trident here is our first C-Store map, pretty classic C-Store. 2 of my favorite machines, Dance Dance Revolution out there. SPG is attacking first here. We see my good friend Dagdog, probably the one who orchestrated this really aggressive wall charge into Teller's play is, I believe, what they want here as well. Not only does that wall charge give them access to that power and storage, which is just right outside the door, but also this huge storefront face that will be just really, really advantageous for them to use. BTG making some good calls, barbs in bathroom and office to deny a green door play, but also will be interesting to see. We do see 2 members right now in Freezer, and I wonder if they're going to put 1 in Teller. That could be a dangerous place to be right now, as SPG really seems to be committing to that Teller wall charge play as they're hopping out of the truck here. It'll be interesting.
For sure, yeah. SPG here on the attack for the first round. We'll see how that plays out for them. Seems like they're splitting up with Shed, though. Probably want to try to... I'm not sure how they're planning on getting some shots through that door, though. No, I'm not sure. Do they have a shotgun? I guess they have a shotgun. Maybe they can get an angle on that door and open it from the inside. They're going in, and regardless, and are breaching the wall. And he's just wall banging. Oh, he's wall banging. Very clever. 6-sided shooting through the door from outside. And Ned has to pull back a little bit to not get shot. They're pushing in. They got Teller. Going for power, but they not pulled it yet. But Tyberg gets the kill. He had actually killed 3 defenders at this point because Clover was rotating into office and didn't make it. And someone else, one of the others got Godspeed in storefront. I guess that was Dark Dog. No, that was actually Sleep. Never mind. Through the Teller hole, I believe, or maybe the door. No, 6-sided and Sleep are actually rotating the other way around. I guess, yeah, Teller is open. So they're coming into storefront, flanking Rostov, taking him out. Frosty, though, with the double kill, with the knack from a cat, is getting flashed now. Still alive somehow. And finally goes down, giving the round to SPG. That was almost a clutch here from Frosty, bringing us back. A strong push, but good start for SPG.
Oh, man. Yeah, Frosty there doing work, coming out. Knack attacking Sleep and 6-sided from the side. I mean, that was just dirty.
That was crazy. Like, getting the instant double kill. I guess it was a collateral.
Yeah, I think it was, because they died. They lined right up for him and just put to bed. I mean, also
It's just
great call
one
from
thing I
SPG there,
noticed.
the wall banging. Uh-huh.
One thing I noticed is they secured power, or they secured the breaker, but they never pulled it, I believe. So I guess they didn't bring NVGs.
Yeah, that's not surprising though. You have to remember with C-Store. C-Store is a relatively bright map, even with the
That's
power
true.
out.
That's true.
I think also I know,
It
like,
used
for
to be
me,
darker back in alpha, but right now it's pretty bright. We'll see
Yeah,
if that
like-
changes again in the future.
it'll be interesting to see because it'll make it a lot more viable. Because I know, like, at least for me personally, when I play in Freezer and the power's out, I don't even use my MVGs if I have them because it's actually I find it harder for me to see with them than
That's
without
true.
them if I'm playing in Freezer.
That's true. The other thing is to mention here is that turning off power would not allow them to bring up the shutters. So they would have to coordinate that correctly, bring up the shutters first, and then turn off power. So power control was still important. Like keeping Ned away from the breaker was important because otherwise he would have pulled it and they could not have opened the shutters. But yeah, we're going into the next one.
Yeah, I think a big part of that too was having, I think it was 6 wall banging through that red door to deny that power, or at least make it a little more rough. Oh man, we're back to this map. We saw this actually in the Hypa versus Mazer game. Constricted Ember, one of the biggest kill houses I've seen. What about, have you seen a kill house that's really just this long and huge before, Pion?
I don't believe I do. At least not this lengthy. Like I think I saw big ones with like a same amount of like square meters, I guess, but not as lengthy as this one. Like it almost touches the edges of the mid ground. So the truck is kind of close to the wall there, not really having a lot of space.
Yeah, this is
Poor
ridiculously long. I mean, poor reindeer. Also, talking about the Christmas update, if we notice in Breezeway, we got some lovely bows and candy cane on that north side. Really really wanting to make sure Santa has a nice time when he comes and visits the criminals here.
Really setting the theme.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're getting another 2-3 split here from SPG, seeming to be a staple of theirs. And pushing into that backstage to secure those long angles, gonna give BTG a little more cover to work with there in the kitchen, because with fryers like that, you're able to crouch but still shoot over them, so that'll give them a good amount of cover. But they're calling out a barbed wire there in Breezeway, then going to utilize the ability for the attackers to be outside on that Breezeway and take a better approach on that Breezeway entrance into kitchen. 2 members of BTG in kitchen with double barbs as they go for the red door office.
Yeah, it seems like the defense is kind of prepared for their push, though. We'll see if they can make it anyway. Flashbang goes out, they're pushing into office. There's a barbed wire, though, and yeah, Rostovs gets a shot off here, dealing some damage to Sleep. But he got through. Now Godspeed is waiting behind the door. He's going in. Godspeed gets the kill here. First blood. Deus Ex Machine is following up. Godspeed gets another one. And finally, Dark gets a revenge kill here on him. But Rostov is lighting him up. He pulls back, survives. 6 on the other side. Is trying to go through checkpoint, wall banging some walls. Not successful so far. Dark picking up Rostov actually over in Clap. So that's a trade so far, two for two, not too bad. But SPG decided, saying that there's a mob kill from that, taking out Dark Dog eventually. Now he misses 6 and pulls back while Tybor is crawling through South Hallway. Clover and Frosty being very, very patient with the double barbed wire setup in kitchen. Tybor has a frag grenade. Is now actually rotating back. I guess a change of plan. 6 is trying to wallbang Natty, I believe. And yeah, Tybor is coming to his backup. Flash right on top of Nat, who's crouching behind the boxes there. I'm not sure 6 saw him. Nat, not at Flash anymore, is now behind them. Will he pick up a kill? He does, taking out Tybor. And now Godspeed is kind of pinched it here, trying to take out Nat, getting back into Club. Nat is crawling though, and Clover coming up from behind, taking him out. Check your corners, dude.
Oh, that was Ned playing hide and seek, man. That was.
That was some Splinter Cell shit right there.
Yeah, absolutely, that was. But I mean, talk about scary for SPG there. Just going through like, oh, this is great. He fell back, and then in the back of your head, getting shot by a mop.
Yep.
Just
I mean,
so
the flashbang landed perfectly. Like he should have checked the spot where he actually threw the flashbang, because Ned did not move. He was just sitting there.
Yeah, absolutely. And also that was CQB mop action. That was 2 kills for Ned, and like not how you would expect the mop to be used on that particular map, just because of how long it is.
Fairly close range for sure.
Yeah, I mean, something about the mop in close range just is so satisfying sometimes, no matter how frustrating it can be.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things where it's like a riskier shotgun in some ways. But get into the next map. Liberty Horse here is our factory. We've seen this again on DPL before. This weird sort of thing in the middle here, and shelving with the two dumpsters that you can't get to is a little strange. But what's interesting to note about that highway portion there around that is we do have a green fan here, but if you take notice on the northern side of that shelving, you can jump down from that highway onto that forklift and then get up onto that center piece of shelving.
Oh, no. This is
interesting.
You know, our level designer Axum likes to do one crazy map out of 10, and I guess we got that 1 out of 10 here, because this is definitely a very unusual setup. So let's see how it plays out.
Absolutely. I feel like we've gotten 2 out of 10 though with our last map too. This is just kind of crazy map central, which is fun to watch.
I mean, that's just random chance though. So yeah,
of course,
lucky there.
That's what keeps the game fresh.
Yeah. So yeah, 1 out of 10 factories will be a little weird. I guess we got the 1.
Yeah, I mean, keep it exciting though. Definitely looking like SPG is going to want to rely on a double smoke play there on shelving to really deny those longer angles from BTG. We're getting, I believe that's going to be the mop again on Doc, going to really be a deciding factor here for SPG's push if it's able to find any kills with Clover, although Saber going down by Docs.
He's quiet though. Clover is now on the mob, and he's getting a breach right next to him, which is kind of scary. Six-sided sitting there with the Saber. That was a door breach though, so only a little hole, trying to get some angles on the shelving units, I guess. Clover, so Clover is secure, and Doc shoots the first shot. I think he missed, or might have shot Sleep in the foot or something like that. They're pushing in, getting some shots off here, taking some damage, but they're in. I think Ty was actually on the inner upper part of the shelving thingy. Nobody died yet. Lots of shots exchanged. They're trying to push in, but the defenders are very wide, spread out very widely, and are covering a lot of angles. There's the first kill. Sleep kills him. Godspeed with the revenge shot, and Clover picks up Dark Dog. Godspeed also gets Deus Ex Machina all over there in the left corner, and Tybor still on the shelving unit, trying to take out Clover, who's hiding behind the conveyors here. Six-sided, still not inside. He rotated to the fan now, though, and is coming in. Tybor going to the other side, being taken out by Frosty, and now it's all down to 6, who's getting shot from the right from Rostov, and then finally picked off by Clover from the south. That was a strong defense here, just very spread out, and therefore covering a lot of angles.
Yeah, absolutely. Really strong plays, but also you got to give props to Clover there, even though he didn't have the mop last round, but keeping a cool head there, that door charge going off, not peeking that, and devoting his time to that fan. Yeah,
absolutely. There was he was secure, but there was a breaching charge just going off right next to him, but he was secure as long as he just doesn't peek it, I guess. So
yeah, absolutely. Just you got to chill and not move. And then also great communication there with BTG, calling that I think it was 6 drop down with the Saber. We saw him get hit twice through the wall.
Oh, that was through the wall.
I think it was through the wall from Toxic.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, because those Toxic walls are just like chain link fence with paper over it.
Basically.
So anything can go through it, and I mean that's what got him so low, and then Clover finishing him off with a mop. Great show of strength from BTG, really.
Absolutely. What was weird to me from that round was that there were so many shots exchanged and so much damage done before the first player died, and then they died very quickly in very quick succession. So it just was drawn out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great thing to point out, is because it started out so slow. You're right. They got in there, everyone's in there, and it felt like both teams were just kind of staring at each other for a little bit.
I mean, they were definitely exchanging bullets. But
well, they were exchanging bullets, but no one was really finding that kill. And then when they did, it was like 3 members of SPG went down in an instant. But it's their time to bring it back on the fence here. They're calling out for barbs, really wanting to be careful of the arcade play. Going to barb off that arcade, which, if we remember, BTG didn't, and really allowed Frosty the ability to get that double kill on the first map. Looking at a green door push, most likely pincering arcade with a red door charge as well as that green door, and then pushing down in the storefront, ignoring bathroom storage freezer in terms of wanting to take it as well. I'm excited to see BTG really fun to watch on attack, and also looks like SPG might be wanting to play around that window. BTG's got to be careful, might get hit a little bit.
Oh yeah, Six playing very aggressive here. They're extremely spread out, like no two people in one room. That's fairly unusual. So Six did some shots, but had to pull back. Seems like they're setting up for an arcade push, actually. I don't see a door charge, though. Might have been placed already. Probably, no, yeah, I guess it's placed already. So they're setting up. Godspeed is on the window. The others are pushing arcade. Breach is set. Oh, Six misses the Molotov, I think. I don't think that was intentional. Weird placement there. Sleep is peeking Godspeed with no success so far. Has to pull back into bathroom. Took some damage there. They're rushing into arcade. Flash is going out, and yeah, DSX is covering it from freezer, but it's getting smoked off. All of them in arcade now, Frag going up, destroying the barbed wire, and they're pushing the swarming into storefront. All of them. Now the smoke going out, cutting off Tiber in Teller. Frosty's hiding in the smoke, waiting for I think he's trying to shoot through the Teller hole there. Don't think he hit. Now DSX is getting shot in freezer, has to pull back. The first kill. Six got Clover in arcade. No, Frosty's actually pushing them, but Sleep takes him out. And that's 2 attackers down. Now have Storefront covered, but not for long. Six getting another kill here, long range with the F1 Legros on Rostov. On the other side of the map, and now it's down to Knight and Godspeed to somehow clear this out. It was a strong push, but they didn't really capitalize on their advantage. Godspeed peeking, being taken out by Six side as well. That's a triple kill so far. Really making use of that Legros. There's the revenge kill from Ned, but I don't see him clutching this. 1v4, he's all out, all open in storefront. So many guns watching him. 30 seconds, no utility. There we go. Sleep finished him off. And that's a 2-2.
Man, that MVP of that round definitely had to be six-sided. That Legros and him were doing work.
Yep, that was some strong long-range shots. I mean, the Legros deals a lot of damage if you manage to land them, especially the headshots. So.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the key. If you manage to land them.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
I think that's part of Six-Sided's reputation as one of the best snipers in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, the Legros is not a sniper per se, but like there are not many snipers in this game, and yeah, like the Legros is probably the most sniper gun besides the 2 actual snipers. So
yeah, it feels like a mini saber sometimes.
Yeah,
not
it definitely
quite
plays
as good.
Like a sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at least in it's either kind of it's one of those guns that's a little lost in identity because that's what it feels like. And BTG looking to gain a round here on Constricted Ember, the very same map that they denied from SPG here. Will be interesting to see. Because they did a door charge on the last map that ended up losing. I'm not going to expect much here from them in terms of wanting to be creative with that.
They're definitely going to be tempted to go green because they just lost their first clacker. But yeah, you don't always want to go green after losing a clacker because that also makes it predictable. So we'll see if they mix it up, or if they just take checkpoint here. It seems like they want to smoke off Breezeway. I'm not sure where they're coming from yet.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I think they're debating on bringing it. Is my best guess because while they only have 1 clacker, they do have 2 charges here, and what could be really deciding for them is the possibility of going through checkpoint. Looks like they're going to go for the plain green entry, but what would be interesting is if they decide to go checkpoint possibly into a wall charge into kitchen. But SPG really wanting to be careful of this wall portion that I talked about in the last game that the attackers can play around. They're able to be out there, and because of the bulletproof cover it provides them, will be interesting to see. BTG really leaving us in the dark here, not giving us anything to talk about with their plan.
Yeah, in general, that's a theme I noticed over the last 4 rounds. SPG is doing way more drawing than BTG, but finally we get some lines. So it seems like they're going for the equal play here. Clearing out checkpoint. Actually going the long way around through Brick House into kitchen, into Breezeway. We'll see if it works out for them. There's Sleep sitting in Brick House. Dark Dog getting some shots off through the wall, trying to hit someone here. Not successful so far. But there no they're expected now. Rest of the team is kind of sitting far away. They will have to rotate. But Tiber is ready to rotate. He's sitting on that perch. Yeah, Dark Dog really scares them off. They're spending a lot of time making a secure entry here. Now they're rushing in. 3 people in, 2 covering the windows. They're taking some damage here. Ooh, lots of damage actually. Sleep, wallbang with a shotgun, making work. All 5 are in that small room there, checkpoint room now. Flashing, pushing Sleep back, pushing further. Dark Dog tagging them further and further. HP are dropping. Sleep is hiding, but it's been taken out by Clover. But they lost a lot of health already. Especially Godspeed is super low. Oh, there's the first kill for the defenders. Dark Dog taking out Frosty. Yeah, in the Molotov, I believe. Also, Deus Ex and Six-Sided taking some long-range shots through Breezeway. Deus Ex picked up an AP. Dark Dog is hiding in kitchen. Six-Sided Godspeed. Dark Dog gets the kill here from his hidey hole, but is eventually killed by Clover, who also killed Ned. What? How did that happen? I think he collateraled Ned on Dark Dog, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah. I guess Dark Dog didn't got the kill on that, actually. That was Clover. Never mind. Tiber now for the rotate, but gets seen by the drone, so they know he's there. He starts wall banging while Clover is pushing the bomb in Breezeway. Six-Side is laying fire. It's been taken out though, but so is Rostov. DSX gets the revenge here. Takes on Clover, securing the round for SPG.
Yeah, absolutely. Deus there cosplaying the attackers using an AP-25, but then picking up that Ingmar afterwards.
Yeah, after Six-Sided died and dropped the Ingmar, he picked it up. So.
Yeah, good. I think a good choice there. Yeah. But interesting choice there because
I think Six-Sided just picked up a grenade. That could get interesting.
Oh, that's scary. That is scary for them.
Yep, defenders with grenades are very scary. It's almost as scary as an attack of the mob. But yeah.
I would argue maybe a little more scary, particularly because if it gets thrown, it has more potential to secure not only more kills but more damage to more players.
The worst case with the frag is definitely more deadly than with the mob, but yeah, we will see.
We will see, and I think just very interesting there because really smart in my decision picking up that Ingmar instead because of the way the ammo works in a due process. You have 9 magazines for 2 Ingmars. So you get a little more chance to use them and a little more enticement to take them, despite there only being 2 of them. But they're such a good gun to take. I think BTG wanting to go for a good old-fashioned power play here through servers. One thing I've definitely noticed with this map, Liberty Horus, is how healing that power play is, because it's so close. You use a charge to go in through servers and you have it, particularly here because I believe they're hoping to couple that with a charge onto docks, looking to secure around here. And
they have 2 charges, so yeah. It's also this power is really tempting, I have to say. Like it's easy to take, and afterwards you also have a very short path to bomb. So it's interesting placement for sure.
Yeah, and not only that, it's just also one thing I find is like as a defender you can kind of play up close when the power's off. You can kind of feel your way, but once you get more than like 2 or 3, squares away from you, you're pitch dark, and particularly. Yeah. That's why I think we see factory power plays happen so much more often than we do on C-Store. Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely stronger on factory right now because of how the lighting works. Factory is just way darker. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like they're going out. Seems like they actually want to. Do they want? They have lines on all entries, so I'm not sure. Well, all but Toxic. Doesn't seem like anyone is going fan though, even though they have a line there. So I guess they're setting up for the split push. Clover with the saber here. Godspeed. What is Godspeed trying to do there? I'm not sure what's. He's gonna really. Does he want to wallbang the trucks? Maybe. I don't know. They breached open the thing. Actually, no. That was just his shortest path to the breach to get to servers. They're mollied off, but that doesn't really matter. They have 3 long-range guns. They're just looking for some shots here. I'm not even sure. That was a wall charge. Okay, so servers is breached now as well. Molotov going out, delaying them a little bit. Six-Sided picking up Clover here. Nice shot from across the map with the mob. taking out the other sniper, winning the sniper battle. Actually, one of the attackers rotated, so that's 3 attackers in service now. Nat takes out Dark Dog, who was sitting on bomb. They're taking power. Sleep rushes in there, gets one of them before being taken out by Nat. Now it's down to Nat and Frosty in servers, and Godspeed on Dog. Godspeed taking some shots while DSX is throwing a flare. Doesn't connect. There's some shots exchanged. Tybor is pushing closer, but that's dangerous. Godspeed is to his right. Ned is pushing out in the open. It's dark there. The defenders can't see that much. I mean, the flare, I guess. Oh, Godspeed is flashing Tybor, but can't find the angle. Doesn't see him. Now Tybor should not be flashed anymore. And also there's Six-Sided shooting at him, but finally Tybor takes him out. There's the revenge kill though. Frosty bringing it down to a 2v2. Six-Sided is getting flashed now. Frosty is pushing him, takes him out. And now it's all down to DSX Machina, who is sitting far away in Toxic with a Molotov and an Ingmar. But that's 2 attackers with Black Tars sitting on bomb, and it's dark. I think the flares ran out. He's shooting the bomb, dealing some damage to Frosty. Now Nat is coming to find him. Bomb's at 60%. He throws the Molotov at Nat. Nat dodges it and takes him out. And that's the first half tied.
Yeah, absolutely. Dicey situation there that Davis was put into. You're trying to decide, do I engage the guy who's pushing me, or do I try and find those shots on bomb? That Molly coming out, not quite finding its mark, and then dying, unfortunately for them. But BTG making that such a hard decision for him to make there, really playing that well, splitting up his choices, and then sticking that bomb shows a lot of confidence in your teammates there.
Yeah, they definitely did go for the teamwork play there. One of them sticking the defuse, the other finding the defender. It worked out, so we'll see. Are we going?
It worked out.
I really like.
Very well for them.
I have to say, I really like SPG's defender plan so far, though. They're playing very spread out. Like a lot of teams like to just fortify 1 room or 2 rooms and put everything and everyone in there. And SPG really spread plans, giving them a lot of angles and ways to rotate. Worked out fairly well so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Well, last map was also hard. I think that's a great point, though, because at very least, generally on defender setups, you do see at least 2 people in the same room. Generally.
Yeah.
It's kind of a given. This is a weird map. Omega Saber, and BTG is going to use Shed to their advantage here, it seems. What's interesting about green doors and sheds is you can shotgun them open. So pairing that up with someone who either has like a Black Tar, or even taking Saber on Omega Saber to give them those long angles in reality for free. You know, you're not charging anything. You're not really wasting anything except for maybe a shotgun shell. But because of the layout of this,
Yeah, no, I was just mentioning, I think you're right. They're just trying to shoot through the shed door into bathroom, not actually breach through the fence. Seems like. We will see. That's a lot of lines now. Maybe they actually want to breach there.
I'm expecting just that instead of a breach, because it seems like they're wanting to couple that with a green door. And also, I wouldn't imagine them wanting to use a wall charge on a fence versus just going in through storefront.
What if you could just go into bathroom with the door charge? That might be more valuable. So I don't know. Do we see a wall charge? I don't see a wall charge yet, so I guess it's just going to be the shotgun play. Yeah. No clacker. So they're ecoing first round. Sleep's taking the first shots at the storage door. Clover is setting up the shot on bathroom, and now Ned takes a look, but nobody's in there. The only one actually contesting right now is Sleep from office. They're just going to ignore him though if he's not pushing them. They're just gonna go bathroom, I believe. We'll see. They fragged the barbed wire, but there was nobody in bathroom, so they could have just moved through there. They didn't know that, but I mean, that's why they opened up the angle, didn't they? Flashing into bathroom, all in there. Rostov is waiting for Sleep. Sleep is pushing out, and Rostov takes some shots, but he gets through, and now he's coming in from behind into bathroom. Misses the shot though, and it's been taken out by Clover. Little unfortunate, trying to go for the Leroy Jenkins play there. could not quite make it. He missed the shotgun shot, or I guess he hit it, but only barely. And now they're pushing in. Are being cut off with the Molotov, though. So Ned is kind of, well, is being pincer and taking out. Godspeed made it into tower, though. Dios is pushing him, but not successfully. Dakdog tries to shoot him through the tower hole, but now Clover comes for the backup, and they take out Tiber eventually. Frosthoff clearing out Freezer, and Dakdog goes down, and now it's all down to 6-sided. Versus 3 attackers. Molotov is out, but that's not going to help him that much. He has the Lagros. I guess they have to cover the bomb from this side, so he's gonna get an angle from Arcade. And Clover is watching this with the pistol, I believe, because he's on shotgun. Flashbang going out, the bomb on 50%. Six is trying to oh, he gets Clover, who was sitting behind the bomb, but eventually Rostov gets the kill here. And well, that's an equal round 1 for BTG.
Yeah, really smart plays there, because I think what's interesting about where BTG was defusing the bomb there is actually, I don't know if Six could have gotten an angle on that just because of how the tellers is shaped. So I think he could have maybe found like 1 pixel, but it would have been such a hard shot to land.
He definitely would have had to move all the way south in Arcade, which would have opened up the sideline from Freezer. So yeah, was good positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, really great shooting from Six there, taking down the first member of BTG, but then Freezer caught him off guard, but that was sort of an unexpected place for him to be playing, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, really strong round there from BTG, winning the first match of the second half. So as we go in here to our next map, Midnight Halberd. Great game. Map kind of looks like a halberd head a little bit. The axe and the hang around kind of looks like it. We're getting BTG writes out banana on the map. Let's see where this goes.
Banana house. Because apparently brick house is a banana. Yeah, I mean, I see it. It's fair.
I like it. I do like it. I mean, they're really helping us though with drawing the banana.
Yeah, that makes it easier to notice for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, creativity from BTG. That's funny. And SPG, no nonsense, back with their planning drawings. They're really wanting to focus on that. No banana house for SPG. They are focusing on winning this game. BTG having their fun. I can't tell what entrance they want to use, and maybe they don't know yet because they're too focused on the banana house. They're mesmerized by it.
It seems like they're going club.
Yeah,
that's something SPG expects, though. So we'll see if they can set up a proper defense.
Yeah, and I'm expecting a proper defense. SPG really liking these double barbs on important doors, as we see in Brick House. Mm-hmm. The double stack there, really creating that L shape to deny that movement, not only to get in, but also once you're in Brick House to make their job.
They haven't really set it down yet, though. So I wonder if they.
Yeah, they haven't set it down.
They have 3 barbed wires, but they did not actually use them yet. I guess they want to drop them down as soon as they know where the attackers are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, all 5 attackers are heading towards the club door. Frosty places the charge. Godspeed sets up for the clack. It's only DSX watching the door. I guess is that a Molotov? Yeah, he has a Molotov ready. He's gonna try to catch someone off guard. No, he just throws it in to buy time. Oh yeah, he buys his team time, and Tiber uses that time to place down the barbed wire. So he calls out, yep, club door, okay. Let's delay them for 10 seconds. Gives my team some time to place the barbed wire properly. And now we have barbed wire in backstage and Brick House. 3 flashbangs going out for club. DSX pulling back. And now some shots getting exchanged through the walls. Frosty is making his way to backstage while the rest is still in club. Frosty falling back a little bit. Going. Now he wants. I don't know if he wants to. He doesn't know if he wants to go through that door yet. Six is taking some shots, eating damage to to Frosty here. Nobody dead yet, but Tiber is really low. Got a lot of shots in, apparently. Wallbank City, ladies and gentlemen. Dakdog with the auto shotgun loading off into backstage, but nobody is there since Frosty pulled back. And now they decide to push into Breakhouse. Flashbangs going out, all of them to the barbed wire. Tiber going down. Dakdog, double kill with the auto shotgun here. But Sleep also fell, so it's 3-3. Dios is right, but Frosty takes him out with the shotgun. Dakdog has to go all the way around while 6-sided dies on entry on bomb now. 3 people. Will Dakdog make it with the auto shotgun? 50% on bomb already. The wall coming in with auto shot, with the wall bangs. Frosty waits behind the wall and takes him off with shotgun. That's the double kill for Frosty in that spot.
Oh
That was
man.
rough.
Yeah,
That was
pump
rough.
shotgun greater than auto shotty apparently.
Well, I mean, whoever takes it gets the first shot, right? And that was Frosty in that situation because he was waiting for him.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, BTG, masters of the banana there, holding that site very, very well and taking it very well. You know, Dagdog finding 2 kills, I believe, but not able to find any more for his team, dealing damage to them, but not. BTG pushing through with confidence and taking over the banana.
Yeah, well, it was a little weird to see. SPG was hiding behind the banana and therefore didn't really had an angle on the barbed wire. They also got flashed, obviously, quite hard. So, yeah, BTG had some good flashbang placements there, which allowed them to just push into Brickhouse and take it successfully.
Yeah, I mean, just great plays coming out from BTG. Despite some wasted utility there, taking club, trying to catch what they believed was still attacker there after Deus had rotated out. But now we're into Grinding Fist is our factory map. Again, one we saw earlier in our games versus Mazer and Hypa. This map is so interesting because not only do they have an entire section dedicated to just forklift parking, but
True, it's also called parking. I like it.
It is. It goes together. But also this boiler room is interesting for having a bomb in. Generally what we see with boiler rooms, at least in older tile sets, is that's where power is kept. But no, now boiler room is where bomb is. It's also interesting because of how it wraps around and gives a lot of these sort of tight corners in the map. Bomb has to be defused from the south side, so holding shelving or taking shelving can be very advantageous for either team here in terms of controlling that bomb. Factories are always interesting because of offices, and as we see, the office here is weird, not only because it's windows on both sides, but also if we notice on the south side, this sort of the stairway there is really exposed. Normally those tend to be a lot closer to the door, but having a walkway there can be weird to play around and dangerous if someone decides to peek fan.
On top of that, office has barely any cover. So if you're actually, you can't get on the shelving unit, I guess. But well, if you get through the fan on the shelving on the high ground, you can, and then walk up to the north, like over here. You can actually get a long angle all the way to parking. I guess you don't see anyone there because it's too high, but it's still interesting. Well,
it goes both ways because you can get onto that same part on office across from you.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll see. It seems like they're going for the parking push here. Deus is waiting in boiler room while Tiber and Sleep are waiting in parking. Molotoving them off, denying at least one flashbang. I'm not sure what's that too. Dagdog is rotating. He has barbed wire. I assume he's going to place it on the catwalk there. Yep, he places it in the doorway and then pulls back. Another Molotov going out, delaying them a little longer. And where's the fifth guy? The fifth guy is six-sided, waiting all the way south. Now Sleep's actually rotating south, and so is Clover, so they might meet around the service door. Clover's coming around the window, but Sleep is across that already, so if Sleep is not moving, he can give them a warm welcome as soon as they go in. The other three attackers are still waiting up. I say three because Frosty joined Clover south. Sleep is opening fire and is then running back. Clover takes some shots. Sleep taking a lot of damage, but he dealt a lot of damage to Frosty. None of the two died. Now the attackers are pushing in from north. Sleep's taking some shots, but it's been taken out. And that means parking is pretty much secured. But Tiber is sitting in office, and DSX is shooting through the door. I mean, okay, they take power, but they still have to push into boiler room. So we'll see. Oh, the wall charge, actually. I didn't notice they have that. The wall charge into boiler room. And now DSX has to pull back here with the shotgun. It's getting flashed as well. Tiber's pushing, but Godspeed stops that push. And Tiber, DSX is very pinched here and eventually taken out. And there's another kill. Frosty kills off six-sided in shelving from behind. And now it's all down to Dagdog, who's sitting all the way south in the truck, in the trailer, taking some shots. Is getting flashed by Frosty, who's pushing up and takes him out. Clean sweep. That's actually the 6 points, so they can't lose this round, this game anymore.
Yep, BTG.
They just won all 3 attack rounds, didn't they?
Yeah, they did in a row. I mean, that that was hard fought by them and really well played. Also, considering the fact that they had the wall charge lasted long enough to be used here in kind of a weird spot, really.
Absolutely. I mean, it forced Deus Ex, Machina, like down the catwalk, and then he had a shotgun, so he would have preferred to stay there. But even if Deus Ex could have killed 2 of them, because they don't bring the wall charge, they would still have won that round. Like, it wasn't even necessary.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, I guess it helped.
It helps. I mean, it's a big flex. You know, I think it's like, oh, look at me, I can use a wall charge still. But I think the best play there from BTG was the fact that they sent 2 members down to the south green door entrance. That's what really secured them that round. After realizing how much time they were wasting just standing around that one entrance, splitting up in that 3-2 format and then going down to take that.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, they successfully pushed. I mean, Sleep made a great call getting into service before them, because he was rotating faster than them, getting all down there before, like crossing the window before Clover got to it. But eventually he was not able to take out Frosty, and then took some damage on his retreat. So it was not quite enough.
Yeah, it was not enough. And also SPG continuing the trend of drawing a lot. Yeah. I do kind of want to point out, though, it kind of looks like they kind of accidentally drew a face with glasses. If we notice, like the bomb is one of the eyes. Yeah, and they got the
with the squiggly mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
The nose, so like.
Yeah, drawing out a nice face here and a nose to really bring it all together. I think they're going to want to go through arcade here. Coupling that with the green door tactics we saw BTG using last time to really secure some of those angles, which is smart.
Yeah, I think they want to open the green door into storefront, though, and not the one into bathroom. Well, maybe both.
I think probably depending, because it seems like they're wanting someone to watch both angles, dedicating people to that as well. What I'm kind of curious to see is how they'll continue on from this arcade play, because as we see BTG hiding in the bottom of storefront, which could be very problematic for SPG.
Yeah, BTG is all set up in storefront and freezer. Yeah, they're doing a 3-2 split. Sleep is in already. The other 2 are cut off from the Molotov. Tiber and Dark Dog opening the green door from Shat. Dark Dog taking some shots, and now Tiber is actually rotating down to arcade. 6-sided picks up Nat here through the red door, through the arcade door, through the freezer shelves. Good shot. It's not taking some fire from Frosty, but to no avail. Dark Dog still trying to find an angle, really holding Frosty and Rostov in check there. The others are trying to pushing in, but Frosty and Godspeed picking up 2 kills here. Deus Ex is pushing in as well. All down to Dark Dog.
Oh my god.
That was just a murder hole. They could not push through that, and I don't think Dark Dog can make that. He's gonna try, because if they lose this round, match is over. And this looks like this will be the first step from BTG towards the top of the ladder, because they need to win both games here to tie it up with Macer. After Macer won the first match today, securing only 2 points though, because they tied the first game. Dark Dog pushing in. Can he clutch this? He's on 50 HP already. 10 getting pushed. There we go. A little bit anticlimactic here, but BTG winning the first game 7-2-3.
Yeah, slightly jealous of Dag Dog, though, getting to go out the way I would want to go out, and that's on top of a Dance Dance Revolution machine. But, you know, not 3-7 here, BTG being really dominant over SPG.
Only over the last few rounds, though. SPG had a really strong start, and then it kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I think we have to remember, though, that having those attacker rounds in a row are really, really great for you, which is exactly what we saw here. The first half of the match was tied up. It was 3-3. But then BTG came out with a steamroll of 4 rounds in a row.
Yep. Yeah. The 4th one was a defender round, though, so it was not all just because they were better on attack. But definitely, they totally took their second attacker set, and I think they were, so they just went fairly well for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to discredit their defense side by any means, but their attacker side, particularly on the second half, was just so strong. Was so strong. And even there, what they did well on that last C-Store map was really forcing SPG to go through that singular hole where they had 4 people watching it. I mean,
Yeah.
forcing them into what they want.
Absolutely. So it seems like the players are restarting their clients and stuff. So I think we're gonna go into a really short break. If nothing goes wrong, we will be back in like 1 or 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
might
BTG is
go-
calling. BTG is calling a short break, so it might be 5 minutes. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna go to a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
To before I changed, started acting strange, had my life in my own hand. Meanwhile, I was wasting time, thinking things were fine, but you had other plans. Behind your weak disguise, all the worthless lies, I was wrong and now I know. Don't think that I won't try, this is not goodbye.
And we are back with the second match of this week in the Due Process League. The second game of the second match, to be precise. We're here in the BTG versus SPG match, and BTG took the first game 7-3. Fairly impressive performance, especially towards the later half of the game. I'm still TH Pine, and I'm still here with Zombie Bacon.
Yeah, I mean, really exciting games. I actually used the break to go up and get a banana because Banana House had me thinking about that a lot. I can't get it out of my brain now. Every time I see a brick house, I'm going to think Banana House.
Banana.
Banana. But, you know, I feel bad because it kind of takes away from BTG's really strong performance there. SPG really giving them a fight. We ended the first half of that match 3-3, but then BTG clean sweeping it with the 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, especially the 3 attacker rounds in a row were really impressive from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see if they can shut up again. As I mentioned earlier, this match is really important for BTG regarding the ladder, because if they win both games, they gain 3 points, which would tie them up with Macer, because Macer only got 2 points earlier today, since they tied their first game versus Hyper. I think it was 6-6, 7-5, if I remember correctly. You casted that match?
Yep, it was 6-6 and then 7-5.
Going to full length. But yeah, we're not doing that in this match because the first game was only 7-3, as mentioned. And I think I failed to load in. I'll have to... Nah, never mind. I'm good. So yeah, we're going into the second game. We will see how it goes. Seems like SPG is on attack first again.
That will be interesting to see, because what's very interesting in how these two teams approach planning phase 2, as you pointed out, Pion, is SPG likes to draw a lot.
Yeah.
They're turning it into paintings and stuff on the map, and BTG is very restrained, sometimes only drawing out pathways that literally when they're hopping out a truck.
Yeah.
And we're getting into the first map here, and that trend continues as we see SPG is on attack here, drawing out barb spots, surprisingly, and also long angles, wanting to go for one of my favorite things on any factory map, which is throwing things through windows. Always a good time. You know, this is actually an interesting thing to talk about. SPG here drawing out the possibilities of what the defenders might do, drawing out 2 barbs, but I personally never quite see the point in that. Looking like they want to
You called them
push you through
perfectly,
office.
though. So
Oh,
that's exactly the 2 barbs the defenders have drawn out so far. So.
it's the psychic mind powers of the drawing. You know,
Yep.
you can really feel that stuff out. Wanting to go through office here. Office actually kind of a dangerous take on this particular map, Flaming Union, because if we notice that X where BTG has placed the player spot, as well as on this highway, jumping through it as they do here, jumping through there gives them a huge access to highway as well. What is also interesting, though, is in that left corner of that highway, you can actually hide. And if you look down, you'll be almost completely hidden from anyone in office unless they specifically check that spot. So it can be very, very sneaky. Doesn't look like they have anyone there right now, but they do have someone, I believe that's Clover, hanging up there on the highway, which is always what you see as SPG heads over to their charge.
Yeah, yep. Clover is hiding there next to the fan. Seems like, yeah, I think they want to go office, just running around the shelving unit here. 6-sided is waiting for a smoke, a window smoke. Not a smoke, actually. I think it's a flash. Yeah, seems like a flash. They're breaching into office. Rostov and Frosty will welcome them with the Molotov. They got past the Molotov, though. Flashing in. And Sleep picks up Godspeed outside, actually. And now they're pushing onto the high ground, taking out Clover as well. Double kill for Sleep here. There comes the flash. And he's now pushing Nat. Oh, Nat gets the kill on DSX. And, oh, Frosty and Rostov managed to hold office. Rostov died, so it's now down to Frosty. But, yeah, it's only 2. Well, actually, it's 3 attackers left. Where's the third one? Oh, Darkdog is still outside of office. I didn't notice. Yeah, they've managed to hold office, but the rest of the map kind of fell apart. So Frosty is pushing them, and it's been taken out. Very good start for SPG here. We'll see if they pick anything up. I don't think they brought a mob. So I guess they secured their Clacker and their Saber. Well, didn't secure the Clacker yet.
Working on it. They do have plenty of time, though.
I mean, it didn't defuse yet. Yeah, so they still have time. Really making sure. They're getting it. Oh, Sleep bought a 4K. I didn't even notice. And actually, Frosty denied the 5K by killing his teammate.
That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. I don't think Sleep would have been in position to kill Rostovnov anyway because he jumped down into shelving, but they still don't have the Clacker. I don't know. I think they failed to find it. Or I don't know.
Clackers can be hard to find sometimes, though, particularly like where that is. If you're in a mess of bodies, what I've experienced is Clacker will actually sometimes be inside of your teammate, and you have to play. You have to play like Surgeon Simulator to get it out. You kind of have to feel it out and find the outline.
Yeah, it seems like that what happened there. This gives them a huge disadvantage. Now they're kind of in the same boat as if they would have lost the first one. Well, not point-wise, obviously, and they still have their Saber. But losing the Clacker is a big setback, sorry, because now they have to either eco this round or risk being in a forced eco round on the third map.
Yeah, and that's a great point.
If they want to take that risk or not.
That's a great point, though, about the Clacker, because it's one of those hard things, because it's like you have 3 charges, so you can essentially, quote-unquote, use one each map, but you only have 2 Clackers. And the only way that could really work for you sometimes is if you give it over to the defenders and you bait them into doing your job for you.
Yeah, that can work.
It can work.
That's not what happened here, though, because nobody recovered the Clacker, obviously. So
yeah, and this map, Northern Crab, I don't think they're ecoing. They're looking for either.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think the shed play will be big, but really kind of very readable just because of the noise that would make. Also, if we call back to our
so much for that plan. Everything erased. I guess they're ecoing.
Yeah, now they're ecoing. They realize they're like, oh shit, we didn't get the Clacker. But I want to point out on this map what BTG did in their game versus Momentum during week 1, I believe it was. They opened the tellers on them. They open tellers, and we have to remember BTG here is defending. They're going for that small peak spot there in the back of the right side of storefront, because you can see over that, through that window and through that green door, which is not normal for a storefront. Normally it's all shutters all the time, no green door entry there. So that's what makes Northern Crab really unique. I don't think they're going to go for the hyper aggressive, hyper confident play of opening, opening
Doesn't look
storefront
like it.
on them, which is unfortunate because that was a very cool moment, I believe. But
Actually, they have someone in teller now, so who knows?
yeah, auto shotty and teller.
One important thing is BTG doesn't know they don't have the clicker, so they don't really expect an equal play here, which is also why they're all set up more north, like in the northern part of the map for the most part. So I guess that's why SPG decided to actually go eco, because the enemies don't know they don't have a clicker, so they will always expect a charge here somewhere, but it will not come. They secured storefront. Clover actually pulled back, so all defenders are north now. Bathroom, office, storage. We'll see if they manage to get through the barbed wire here in arcade. Yep, so far uncontested. Sleep is pushing storage. Well, not quite yet. Waiting for his teammates. Molotov goes out, slows them down, opening the door with the shotgun there, I believe, from Tiber. And it's Dakdog who's waiting around Freezer while the rest of the team is pushing into storage. Will they take power? Doesn't look like it, but they pick up 2 defenders here, taking out Rostov and Frosty. Now 3 defenders getting all flash and office, I believe. They're pushing in, but the first attacker goes down. 6-sided with a double kill here, taking out Godspeed and Nat. And Godspeed got Clover. No, that's all defenders down. I didn't notice. That's what happens if you crowded that much.
Especially Godspeed there had the auto shotty, and unfortunately only finding his teammate.
Oh wait, I said this the wrong way, right? Godspeed killed Clover, not the other way around.
Yeah, Godspeed killed Clover. Godspeed had that auto shotty, but wasn't
Clover the one with the auto?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think it was. I might mixing it up though. Well, that's really good for SPG now, though, right?
Also,
they have the auto shotgun. They still have the saber. They have a clacker and 2 chargers for the third round.
I think BTG lost. I think BTG lost Mop.
Wait, they brought the mob?
I think so. I think I saw.
It's lying on the ground
for 1 second.
I just noticed. No, I noticed it was lying in. It's still lying on the ground in office on the floor. So they lost it, but SPG didn't pick it up. So I guess nobody has it.
Yeah, I mean, probably not enough bullets to warrant taking it, especially when you have an auto shotty.
Yeah.
Going into the
I
next
doubt
map.
they missed it. I doubt they just missed it. You're probably right. There weren't enough bullets for it.
Yeah, I saw SPG pick it up for a split second and then replace it, so that's what I'm thinking. But really bold of BTG to take double power weapons on a map.
Oh yeah, they brought. Yeah, I mean, they expected a breaching charge, I guess, because they thought they had 2 clackers, but it kind of worked out for SPG to just take the eco round here, because BTG was setting up north anyway, was setting up for the breaches. So it kind of, I mean, it didn't really give them an advantage, but it didn't make it harder because BTG just decided to give up the southern part of the map anyway. So
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is unfortunate to not have a mop here, particularly with the bomb site the way it is on the Chronos Fist. Look at that. It's one of the few clubs that really look like a club that we've seen. You know, we have these couches out, the tables, and also the bar. SPG drawing a very nice exclamation point to look there. If I believe it was last game, remember when Ned hid behind the bar with a mop? And then just peeked over it. So they really want to be careful of that here.
Yep, that happened.
What I'm expecting to see is, because they do have double charge here, so SPG is hard to read because of how much drawing goes on, but I'm expecting a wall charge here through one of those northern club walls. BTG seeming to really commit all of their team to just watching club, because it's really advantageous for them the way it's laid out.
I mean, that's what they usually do. That's what we saw them doing earlier as well. They just like to fortify like 1 or 2 rooms.
Absolutely, and it hasn't been working out for him right now, but I think it might hear 4 barbs coming out and a lot of
5 barbs actually. Frosty still has
5
1.
Barbs. Ah, wow. Interesting. This is expensive.
I mean, I guess it's the 3rd round, so I guess they just didn't use too many earlier rounds.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But SPG taking it slow on the green door.
By the way, do we see a wall charge somewhere?
I can't tell. I think they might. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
I mean, they have a line drawn here from office into club, so who knows? Maybe they do that. They're setting up office. they're not gonna have much contest here. Actually, wait, did they open this with the with the shotgun? They still have the door charge, I believe.
Yeah, Terran opened it.
Yeah,
with
they have. Nice.
Yeah,
that door charge will destroy the barbed wire there. At least one of the two. I guess one. Wall charge and door charge going off at the same time. Nice. Actually destroying both barbed wires. They're pushing in really aggressively. Speed got killed behind the bar, but the attackers are falling as well. A lot of people dying on the west side of the club here. Flashbang going deep. Sleep is pushing. Rostov takes him out. Tiber and Dakdog still not in the room for some reason. Now Dakdog is coming in. Tiber is still far away. Now getting into backstage. Sleep is still alive on stage though. Gets the kill here. Is being range killed down to Ned, who's hiding behind the bar. Frag doesn't hit him. That's 1v2. Dakdog pushes him. Gets the kill. That's 3-0 for SPG. What a start to the match. To the game, I'd rather.
Yeah, I mean, but really a great show by SPG here. And also what's interesting about what we just saw there with that frag is because of the way fragmentation works, is that because I believe it was Ned standing in that far corner, the bar absorbed all that fragmentation. So because of the way that it blooms out, that's why we see sometimes in your casual games or even occasionally in DPL that it will kill a player who's so far away from it because the pieces of shrapnel are still traveling. And it's part of what makes them so unpredictable in a lot of ways, but also a lot of fun.
Really heavy counted by cover, basically. That's true.
And that's the thing is like, even I don't think they have the pen to go through all walls, so it's one of those things where if you hit the angle of the frag just slightly off of where you really want to put it, it can do absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
but it's unfortunate, but that double charge play there was such a flex from SPG, particularly double charging in through the same area essentially.
They also adapted really quickly on the fly, right? Because they they thought they would have to bring the door charge to get in, but since BTG, and that's the downside to that play, since BTG completely ignored the rest of the map and all hunkered down in club, they got free entry and could use the door charge to destroy 2 barbed wires. In fact, I'm not sure what. Like, I guess it was barely in range because it was not really in front of the door, but it worked out for them.
Yeah, and I think the thinking there was that, okay, if they red door in, that's the charge gone, and they're definitely not going to wall charge a regular door.
Yeah.
Right? And so that was probably the thinking, but we're seeing a lot of creativity here, particularly on SPG's part, which also I'd love to point out the barb that they've put up here on highway, above shelving on that southern side, to deny that angle that Six really wanted to use when they played it as attackers, playing up here basically above docks with that saber and slowing them down in that push.
Yeah, that's a very specific placement for a barbed wire here. We'll see if BTG goes for that play. It doesn't look like it. Seems like they want to actually eco this first round, going through servers.
Yeah, and the thing is here is play on this map, in my opinion, is actually very strong, because not only can you get access to this power so fast, and but also up into office in that green door, but it looks like SPG might be ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, Six-Sided is sitting with a mob on the high ground watching fan, but the others are all kind of holding storage. Actually, they have a door charge. They want to go office. That was not in the in the drawings. Well, kind of now, I guess. So this is going to be kind of a pincer. We'll see if Dakdog and DSX can make it out alive. Dakdog's not really in office. DSX is running out. Clover and Frosty are going in from the other side. Office is secured. Tiber is trying to get some shots off from distance. Diaz is actually pushing in while Tiber is laying down shots, and DSX gets a double kill here, taking out Clover and Ned. Frosty's coming from behind, and DSX killed him as well. Triple kill. What a strong performance for him. Rostov is going for the... Oh, what? Quadra kill. He takes another one. They're all trying to catch him, and nobody succeeds at it. Oh, well, that's going to be... I don't see Godspeed turning this around. He's also going for it. You see, get the kill. DSX has a good angle there with the Gruber. No, Godspeed gets him. Give it the Black Tower. 2 quick taps. And now Sleep's probably just going to delay him with the Molotov here, maybe. Well, he might want to save the resources, actually. I don't think Godspeed can make this, but we'll find out. He has barely no HP left. He doesn't have anything to save. They're only a black tar, so I doubt he's gonna run away. He's just gonna try to pick up some kills, maybe wasting some time, or potentially clutching it. You never know. I mean, you can clutch this game 1v4. It's hard, and it happens very rarely, especially with so few HP and no time left. But they're really pushing him. He takes one. He takes two.
Oh.
That was really unnecessary. That was really, really unnecessary. I mean, he still has 20 seconds. If he's... No, I don't think he's going for the win here. Okay, he's now going in, but Darkdog 6-sided playing really, really deep. 6-sided weighing with the mob. Taking out.
Man, Godspeed there, doing work.
It was unnecessary, though. The push was really unnecessary from Sleep and Tiber. They really wanted that kill. They wanted to revenge Deus Ex Machina here, but...
Really, really greedy. But also, talk about Deus, 4K with a Gruber.
Yeah, that was strong.
I mean, with a Gruber, you know, Gruber gang showing out today. That was intense. And I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed he didn't get the ace, but still just as satisfying to watch. And then talk about two strong players. Deus getting 4 kills. Godspeed almost getting the chance to clutch it up with 3.
Yep. Godspeed unfortunately stopping him there. Godspeed unfortunately stopping Godspeed there. But then doing a 3K himself, so.
Yeah, and also he was so low that he also making that split decision with only 24 seconds on the clock. Bomb takes 10 seconds to defuse, so really he had 14 seconds to try and get 2 kills, which is so hard to do. SPG really wanting to take this game though, 4-0 right now. It's
looking good for them. It's looking good, and if they win this game, then BTG doesn't make the top spot on the ladder. I mean, SPG can only gain 1 point in this match, which is not amazing for them. But I mean, better 1 point than 0, right?
Yeah, it might only be 1 point, but if they do manage to 7-0 BTG, which is I think a long shot, just imagine how that would feel.
Very impressive. That would be a good morale boost for sure.
I mean, come on, that would be. Oh, what are they typing out here? 7-5 for Adex. Adaxi making the calls and the predictions. They're hoping to bring it home for Adex here. BTG really wanting to do that. Again, interesting about Northern Crab, this green door is just so tempting because it really is one of the best things here. However, SPG coming out with the counters with that barbed wire in Arcade, and another one up there on the northern side of the map. And what we were able to see that I don't get to talk about enough last time is when we were in that satellite view, the Christmas cheer that has been brought to due process with the snow and with this wonderful event. And here we go. There we go. We see the snow. It's snowing. It's a white Christmas, and BTG is looking to do some work.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems like they're going for the eco play here as well. I mean, they just lost the clacker, so kind of makes sense. But opposed to last set, the opponents actually are aware of the fact that they lost the clacker, so they're kind of expecting the eco play here. And Sleep is sitting deep in Storefront with the Ingmar, but Ned is pushing up, and Sleep is out of position. Is being caught here, but Deus Ex killed 6-sided. Oh no, wait, 6-sided. Oh, killed someone with a Molotov. Clover, but Deus Ex killed 6-sided before the Molotov finished up Clover, so the kill feed looks a little weird. That was unfortunate. That's good for BTG though, and now they're trying to push into storage, fragging the barbed wire. Deus Ex still waiting there. Darkdog coming for support. Deus Ex pushing and is getting finished up. That was killed by Darkdog. That's another team kill. Oh, that hurts. It's falling apart for SPG right now. BTG, on the other hand, just changed plan completely and now pushing bathroom, hoping for Darkdog killing Tiber as well, I guess. Tiber's hiding his shed with the auto shotgun. This might be the play. It's coming out, taking out Frosty, taking out Godspeed, and now it's actually down to Rostov. What? Can Tiber make it? He does it! He turns the game around! 2 of his teammates kill 2 other teammates, and then he kills all of the attackers himself, basically. I mean, I guess it was a triple kill, not a quadra, but still. That was. How did that happen? That was such a great play. Hiding in shed. Wow.
I mean, talk about unexpected. BTG completely swept off their feet there. Yeah. Coming in from behind from a red door.
I guess you're checking corners, but you're not checking a red door. I mean, he had to shoot it open because you can't open the red door from the inside with just opening the handle. So it was definitely open. It was either kicked or shot open. So they could have seen it, but it's kind of on an awkward angle, like behind the corner, and you don't really expect a defender there. So I guess you don't check it, or they didn't check it in this case, and they allowed Tiber to clutch it.
Tiber
I didn't
really
see that coming.
That was
it
crazy.
looked so bad after the 2 team kills there. It looked so bad for SPG.
I was just
really weird that
say
BTG changed plan though. Like they rotated around and decided to go freeze it all of a sudden, and that kind of allowed this to happen.
Yeah, I was really surprised about that too. After the double TK out from SPG, and then having 3 members on the side of the map in arcade entirely. Almost like playing in the SPG's secret hand there, like if that was the plan all along, because that's what allowed Tybor to get that.
Yeah, they baited him over there so Tybor gets the kill.
Really, SPG's playing like 4D
that would be the
chess.
5-head play for sure. Like,
oh, absolutely. I'm in disbelief. Anyway, I think BTG's wanting to go for a similar thing that SPG did on them. They did mark out the green door in the office play, possibly not wanting to use a charge, and they're drawing us a beautiful banana in the corner.
Yeah, the game is renamed now into Find the Banana on the map. I found it. Yeah. Do you find it?
You know what? I don't see it. I don't know.
It's in Brick House as always. There, over there.
You know, I feel like it's Dora the Explorer all over again. Do you
SPG?
see the banana?
SPG, as opposed to what they usually do, actually most of them in club now, all crowded together, not spreading out what's usually their defense plan. Sleep is lurking in Brick House though. And Dog is waiting to place his barbed wire. I think he's going to put it down now after he heard the door charge on lockers. That was a fake though. They have 2 charges. They completely faked lockers. Nobody is there. Frosty is crawling, slow walking around kitchen. Sleep is now even shooting through the wall at the red door, but nobody is there. So is Dog. They're trying to find the wallbang spot. All of a sudden, all the attackers are on the other side. Frosty is coming in from kitchen. The other 4 are coming in from office. They're not in yet. Oh, they opened it with a shotgun. Frosty opened it with a shotgun all the way down there. And now they have the wall charge to actually breach the door, I suppose. They're probably going to breach the door. There's barbed wire there, so it makes sense. Sleep still lurking in Brick House. Frosty and he have a standoff there. I don't think they're super aware of each other. Sleep is pushing through the barbed wire, and Frosty gets the kill here with the shotgun. Wall charge going off, not through the door actually, not destroying the barbed wire, just smoking the corner. Now Ned's pushing through, Molotov going out. Ned is the only one on stage, taking some damage from the Molotov here, gets the kill before he's finished off by Tiber. Killed Six-Sided, who was sitting behind the bar though, so that's good. Frosty picking up another. Dog was rotating into lockers, and now it's, oh, Dog also killed Tiber? What? No, it's down to Deus Ex. He kills Frosty, but it's being flashed and been taken out. First round for BTG here in this now 1-5. Is this comeback time?
I think this is comeback time. They have the option to pull the reverse sweep here, drawing power from the banana, literally, pun intended. But I mean, that was a interesting play to watch. I was surprised SPG weren't using their Molotovs sooner than they were, allowing BTG to get in their faces in club.
I mean, it was only Ned, really. All the others were kind of stuck. I mean, Rostov even died in a Molotov, so it kind of worked. But yeah, they allowed Ned to get in, so.
Yeah, they did allow Ned to get in.
I was surprised Ned survived so long. He was in there with 3 or 4 defenders at the same time and got a kill before it was taken out eventually. I'm not sure that that smoke, I don't know. I mean, it worked in the end, but I'm not a fan of, like, I personally, I'm not a fan of throwing smokes as an attacker I have to go through. But I guess it worked out for them there. So, I mean, I threw another smoke deep at the club. That's also what SPG managed to do 3 rounds ago. Like, it just throwing the smoke deep into this club just obstructs so many line of sights for the defenders, which really helps the attackers there. So,
absolutely, and it's interesting to note that about smokes is it's really one of the few utilities that goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, because flashes don't affect attackers at all, and they're devastating on defenders. And mollies, if you place it right, is basically just a you can't come here now. Enjoy waiting.
Yeah.
But smokes, I know at least when I play, particularly in casual games, I like just if the attackers throw a smoke, I'm like that's where I want to be, is sitting inside of that, because it's such a good hiding place, and also if you do it right, you can. It's like a magic trick. It's like, oh my god, why is he here? Because particularly like in Counter-Strike, smokes were like walls until people started going through them occasionally. And I think that's kind of the evolution we're seeing of smokes here.
I mean, there are really three things you can do with the smoke. You can stay outside and watch it, you can push in and hide in it, or you can push through. And pushing through is really risky because usually, due to how the smokes work, whoever is watching the smoke sees you a few milliseconds before you actually can see them. So it's really risky to push through the smoke, but it can work in some situations. But yeah, hiding in it is usually a good idea if you can manage to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the few pieces of utility that can do as much harm to the attacker side as it does good.
Bad smoke is really dangerous.
Absolutely. And we got a pretty standard setup here from SPG, really wanting to hold that office northern side of the map because of what it offers you on bomb. And I think that's where BTG is wanting to go through green door to take office eventually.
Yeah, we're in the second half of the match, so this is a new set. So BTG is still on attack, but they have refreshed their equipment. And it seems like they want to go for an eco play again, playing it safe. First round eco, as long as you don't know what the other maps are, and you can't plan your wall charge spot. Also, this map is not terrible for eco, I guess. They managed to take storage without much defense here, without much of a fight. They're slowly walking up the stairs, smoking conveyors. Oh, there's the first kill. Excited, picking one up. Sleep picking up another. Godspeed pushing through, pushing Sleep. Sleep gets another one here. Kills Godspeed and Clover for the double kill. And now it's down to Frosty and Rostov pushing at office. They destroyed the barbed wire with the frag. Are not kicking office. Deus Ex is throwing a Molotov. And Frosty immediately jumped down the bridge. And now picks up Tiber all the way south. Interesting rotation. Rostov still watching that door. Six-sided pushing out a shot on Frosty, but misses with the mob, I should say, from behind the shovels. Now they decide to go up the stairs, flashing office. Deus Ex is sitting outside, now jumping down. He was scared. Okay. Let's see if Backdog gets through the door. It's been taken out, actually. So office secured. 2 versus 3. 40 seconds on the clock. Oh, well, 1 versus 3 because Six-sided mobbed Frosty here from downstairs, and while Rostov was pushing into Toxic, Rostov gets the kill on Six-sided 1v2, 26 seconds. This could work if he clutches it out, but nope. Sleep is aware, catches the rotation. Well, okay. I mean, they just secured Macer the top spot on the board, because with SPG having 6 points, they cannot lose this game anymore. They can, in the worst case, tie it, which means BTG will not get 3 points, and therefore can, at maximum, if they somehow clutch this into a tie here, gain 6 points in total on the leaderboard, because they have 4 right now, which is 1 less than Macer's 7.
Yeah, 6.
So that was an important round for Macer, even though Macer's not playing.
Yeah.
It's looking like this is gonna tie overall though, because this is 6-1. Like BTG has to win 5 rounds in a row. I mean, they managed to win 4 rounds in a row last game, so who knows?
Absolutely, who knows? But also, this is a different SPG than we watched last game. This is dominant, aggressive.
Well, they're definitely team killing more than last game, so
maybe it's working for them. You know, it's a sacrifice ritual thing. I don't know.
To the due process gods, I don't know. Maybe.
It's working for him. I mean, especially, I want to point out how well the Grubers are really working out for them here. The Grubers are becoming like the weapon of choice for SPG, really securing them a lot of kills. And thinking of that, going into Echo Splinter here, which is our C store, what's so weird about this one is the fact that we have a bomb in Teller.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Especially with Freezer Shell was leading into it. And some juicy wall charge spots. Ooh, this is an interesting one.
Very, very juicy. And also, I want to point out, we're seeing freezer shelves into Teller becoming a lot more common in the tile setups. It's something I've noticed a lot. Normally, it's only 2 or 3, but here, it's an entire 5 shelves. And also, that means Teller is accessible to them if BTG decides to go through storefront through freezer. But
I mean, it makes sense from a level design perspective, right? If you put bomb in Teller, you have to give some access to the room besides the Teller door. It could be a green door, sure, but freezer works as well. So
it's much more interesting this way, I feel. But BTG's really shortly lived drawing, because I guess they don't like anything on the map that we saw. Going in through green door with a possible wall charge in through storage into Teller will be very interesting.
Yeah, also, still have all their charges and 2 clackers, so I would be surprised not seeing a play here. Seems like they're actually wall charging storefront. Maybe.
Yeah, wall charge is there. Ned has it.
And they're all setting for the wall charge for the storefront wall charge play here. On the far east of the storefront, Clover is setting up the flashbang. Ned is about to crack. There we go. Clover rushes in with his flash. Sleep is waiting bathroom. This X is sitting on bomb. Trying to wallbang here. Tiber is actually rushing in with the Molotov, dealing some damage to them. He's now opening fire, but is being taken out by Godspeed. They have storefront under control for now. Godspeed with the outside rotation! Takes Frosty! And Clover stops him! That was a brilliant move though! Oh wow! 6-sided fights over Freezer, takes out Godspeed. Can he find Ned? He can find Ned! And now it's 1v2 for him. Rostov and Clover sitting in storefront. No! Rostov finished off 6-sided, securing the round for PTG. But that outside rotation! Holy moly!
Oh,
beautiful!
That was such a sweat. I mean,
if you would have had a shotgun, it would have been a double kill.
Absolutely, 100%. Whoa. That was bold.
Oh, I love that. That's exactly why going outside is not an insta-kill, though. We want these kind of rotations. They should be rare and they should be exceptional, but they should be a thing in the game, and that's why the UAV is line of sight based and it's not just insta zapping you when you step out. You are allowed to make these moves, and that was a pretty great example of one. Unfortunately, only picking up 1 kill because I believe it was the weapon there. He had the KR, which was not quite enough to finish off the second attacker there. Absolutely. Shotgun, double blob would have worked better, but I was so confused.
It was still a kill in a glorious manner. It was a Dragon Ball Z moment of teleporting behind the enemy.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was insane. I mean, even the 1 kill there at the time was huge for SPG. If it was 2, that would have completely changed the game and would have really secured it for him. But BTG not wanting to do anything less than tie.
I mean, 6-sided almost clutched it. He took 2 people in freezer after his teammate died. I believe DSX. But yeah, it was not quite enough.
Yeah, and also, remember, they did also keep Clacker there. So what I preliminarily saw drawn out, and I think is actually a really smart play if you have the economy for it, on Frosty Odin here. Frosty Odin, first of all, fitting name for the Christmas season.
Absolutely.
Going in through double red door, brick house giving you almost instant access to that button, and then also going in through red door in the hallway, which will be shut when vault opens. But we're seeing bar being called out in brick house from SPG. They are wanting to close this map out right now, and more importantly, they're trying to protect the candy cane and the present in the vault.
One important thing to note is that BTG has 2 door charges here, right? We'll see if they actually make use of both of them somehow.
Yeah, that's what I think that might be the play for them to get the presents here for Christmas. They want to go in through the red office and the red brick
presents
house.
are in the vault. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's Santa's vault, probably.
Yeah. You know,
it's Frosty Odin. Like, it all comes together.
SPG really. Here are the elves, and they're trying to keep the Argus Grinches from stealing the Christmas presents from the vault. And I think they can do it. This will be interesting to see. I do see 2 door charges, I believe. I can't tell if that's 1 or a nade. No, that's a nade. But 2 door charges are coming out, I believe. This will be good to see.
Yeah, they are. We'll see how they use it. First one in brick house. And actually, I think he dropped the other one. Godspeed dropped the other one. And picked up a flashbang instead. They're only going for 1 door charge. They don't see use for it. I would have used it on a green door, honestly, but okay. I mean, they still have a frag, I guess, so they're kind of fine. trying to push in. Molotov on barbed wire a little early, delaying them for a bit, but SPG did not really use the time or needed the time to rotate. They're kind of in position already. They have 3 people in kitchen with the auto shotgun here. Excited with 1 kill on that. Kill feed is acting up with the mob here. And wait, what is happening? That's the 3rd net kill now. The kill feed is definitely screwed up, but Excited got Rostov here as well. I guess there were some resimulations here. I guess there was some resimulation. Rostov probably killed Ned before 6i got him and got the server confused for a moment. Oh, wow, another kill here. Sleep picking up Godspeed. All the long angles, they're holding them with Ingmar and Mob here. Really, 6i now with a pistol, shooting Clover, who's trying to go through the green door, and it's really loud now. This is not looking good for Clover and Frosty, the dream team here. Frosty with the shotgun. They're both really low in HP. A lot of wallbanks going out. This is probably it. This is probably Sleep. Search, looks for him, takes Frosty. At the same time, 6-sided cleans up Clover, finishing up this game, tying the match. 4-7, 7-2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. SPG wiping the floor with BTG there. I mean,
the second game, absolutely, yeah.
And the second, I mean, that was a different SPG. I mean, they're looking for that Christmas magic, saving Christmas by keeping the presents locked up for Santa. But I mean, wow, talk about aggressive and talk about great kills. I mean, the kills were so good it broke the kill feed.
Yeah, I believe what happened there is what I said earlier. Like, Rostov killed Ned the moment 6-sided fired his shot, and the server decided eventually to fix the kill feed and give Rostov the kill. I assume that's what happened, but
yeah,
kind of hard to say.
I mean, also talk about those long range shots with the mop. 6-sided killed the first member of BTG, and then he teleported on the map where he died. You know, so a lot of fun things going on.
It's weird. That's a weird bug. I think that's a weird netcode issue. It doesn't really affect the game. It's not too high priority. It just looks weird in the kill feed on the map and the map view because the body teleports and the kill feed is screwed up. I saw it happening a few times. I'm not sure if it's maybe actually only observer related as well. I don't know.
It can happen every once in a while to you in game if you're dead too. You'll teleport. But it's not a big deal because all your items remain in the same area. It's just it's funny if it happens with the shotgun or something. It's just like a visual thing, basically. It's a visual thing that kind of adds a little more oomph to your death sometimes. But
sometimes you just get flying out of the building and are like outside all of a sudden. It's really weird.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, SPG going 7-2. Ooh.
Yeah, less bucks, more praising of this amazing match. That was a back and forth. I mean, SPG started out the match really strong in the first few rounds in the first game, but then BTG coming back, or not really coming, well, tying it up and then steamrolling them really with 4 wins in a row. But now SPG, as you said, it's a different team. I mean, the team killed way more than in the first game, but it kind of worked for them. Not really, but it worked despite the team kills, I guess. And they just took out BTG very impressively here with the 7-2. Like, that's a good score.
Yeah, and also I think the sacrifices to the due process gods worked out for them. Coming back 7-2, that was a stop of a game from SPG. But also, let's not forget BTG really strong in the first game and really fighting it out a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely. They showed it. I don't want to downplay them at all. They showed a strong performance, especially in the first game. It just seems like SPG got the upper hand in the second game for some reason. I guess there was a shift in mentality or something. But yeah, speaking of, let's take a look at the leaderboard right now, really quick. So Mesa earlier won versus Hyper, but with a tie. So tie and then win. So they only gain 2 points, which brings them to 7 points, which is enough, however, to secure their number 1 spot for this week, because the only team that could have reached that was BTG if they would have gained 3 points this game, and they didn't. They only got 1. So BTG at 5 points, still number 2. I mean, Fierce can potentially contest that. If Fierce wins their game, both their games, then they tie up with BTG for the 2nd spot. Otherwise it's going to be Mesa first with 7 points, BTG second with 5, Hyper staying on their 4 points, and yeah, SPG now on 2. So we'll see what the others do. As I said, if Fierce wins both games, they can tie up with BTG, get the number 2 spot. But besides that, this is kind of locked down for the top here.
Yeah, and will be
Nobody
interesting.
can really, like, Hyper is secured third or fourth as well. Like SH, Flogels and Momentum cannot. Actually, never mind. SH and Flogels, if they gain 3 points, they actually tie up with Hyper as well. I kind of ignored that. So I guess it's not quite true. But the first 2 spots are kind of secured now. So speaking of those matches, they will be happening tomorrow. We will see Team Flogels versus Spheres on at 1 p.m. EST. And right after that, Momentum versus SH at 3 p.m. You're kind of lagging out. Try again.
Yeah.
Seems like. Are you back? I don't know. Okay, either me or Zombie is lagging out. I'm just gonna assume he is. That seems like I might be. I'm gonna reconnect. One, two, test. Am I back? Okay.
I mean, I have nothing to say besides we go on holiday break, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So 2 more matches tomorrow. I hope you can hear me now. And then we go on the holiday break, and we'll be back next year. So yeah, come back tomorrow, 1 p.m. EST, and then have nice holidays and a good New Year. Happy New Year. So that's it for me. Any last words, Zombie? I guess we just cut it here. There seem to be some connection issues. So yeah, as I said, bye-bye.
Change our names, live on the sun, where every sound is clearer, burns a little deeper, and we're close enough.